Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
We're tracking breaking news this afternoon in the 2016 presidential race. Vice President Joe Biden announced just a few minutes ago he will not run for president. Biden spent months deliberating with his family and political advisors, but says he might not be emotionally ready to run after his 46-year-old son, Beau, died of brain cancer in May. Hillary Clinton currently leads the race for the Democratic nomination, but again, Vice President Joe Biden will not be running for president. A fight ends with a veteran dead and another man in jail. Police say Jonathan Scaff was stabbed to death during a fight at his home on Crest Court in Bourbon County. It didn't take police long to track down a suspect. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking the investigation. It's our top story at 12:30. Mark?
Jonathan Scaff's family says he was a former volunteer firefighter in Berea, as well as a former Navy sailor. They say that he was also a father to an 18-month-old girl. According to Scaff's family, the 27-year-old Berea man was visiting his daughter, Summer Alexis, at his estranged wife's home on Crest Court last night when he was attacked by her boyfriend, Daniel Martin. Scaff's family says he was planning to file for divorce, but he was visiting his wife to work out the weeks when he could get custody of his daughter. His family tells us that he was stabbed by Martin when he stepped out of the house around 11 p.m. According to police, the accused killer was captured an hour and a half later when canines found him hiding under a truck 3/4 of a mile away. Scaff's family tells us that he was stabbed by Martin at least 6 times in the lungs, heart, stomach, and back. The family has already been shaken by tragedy. Back in 2008, Scaff's 16-year-old brother was killed in a car crash. The family says they were still trying to heal from his death, and now they are preparing for another funeral. As for the 29-year-old Cynthiana man who was accused of stabbing Scaff to death, he is charged with murder and tampering with evidence. He did not want to talk to us from jail. In Bourbon County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And Scaff's family members say they need help paying for his funeral. Anyone who would like to give can help find that donation fund at People's Bank in Berea. Police have arrested a man accused of shooting an officer in Floyd County. State police say Robert Powers ran from a traffic stop last night to a home on Abbott Creek. We're told that Powers shot Prestonsburg officer Adam Dixon in the chest before he barricaded himself in a home. After several hours, police went into the home and arrested Powers, who had also been shot. He's charged with attempted murder of a police officer. We've learned that Officer Dixon was flown to a hospital in West Virginia. His condition has not been released, but state police said that he is stable. Lexington police revealed new details about a murder. The information came out during a hearing for James Kaywood. We want to warn you, you might find some of the details disturbing. Kaywood is charged with murder for the death of James Holiness. His body was found near train tracks off Man o' War and Nicholas Park Drive last week. Police say Holiness was decapitated and stabbed 80 times, and they found Kaywood asleep about 30 yards from his body.
They did a quick search of the area, and in campfire they located what appeared to be the head of an adult male white. Officers also searched the area approximately 100 yards away. They located a headless body.
Police say Kaywood told a friend he killed Holiness, and that friend notified police. The case has been waived to a grand jury. Police have made a second arrest in a violent home invasion. Jordan Blackburn is charged with burglary. Police say he and Michael Walls shot a man inside a home on Mount Foraker Drive last month. Police say Walls admitted to the burglary. The victim identified Blackburn from a photo lineup. He'll be arraigned this afternoon. A woman has been arrested for firing shots into a neighbor's home. Police say she told them it was all because of a nightmare. Marianisha White is charged with wanton endangerment. Police say she had a nightmare, and when she woke up, she thought someone was inside her home on Ashton Drive. She grabbed a gun, and police say she told them she accidentally fired it. The bullet went into a neighboring home where a mother and 3 children were sleeping. A high school went on lockdown temporarily this morning. The sheriff's office says Rowan County High School issued the lockdown as a response to a report of a weapon being brought to school. The weapon turned out to be an airsoft gun. The lockdown has since been lifted. Someone stole $14,000 in tools from a construction site. The theft happened on Huntley Place sometime over the weekend. Lexington police say someone damaged storage boxes to get to plumbing and electrical tools. The theft was discovered Sunday. Deputies captured 2 men suspected of trying to sell stolen items. Michael King and Philip Cody Parsons are accused of stealing items from a home in Paintsville, then taking them to Magoffin County to pawn them. Both are charged with receiving stolen property in Magoffin County. Charges are pending in Johnson County. A report in an Italian newspaper is questioning the health of Pope Francis. The paper claims the Pope has a small, curable brain tumor. The Vatican says it's simply not true. Jonathan Vigliotti has their response from London.
The Vatican is denying this Italian headline, claiming Pope Francis is sick with a curable brain tumor.
The news of the Pope's health condition is totally unfounded. It is a totally irresponsible act of the Italian news agency that released this.
The news report says a brain cancer specialist diagnosed the Pope with a small dark spot on his brain that could be treated without surgery. The paper stands by the story and says a doctor and his team secretly flew to the Vatican to examine Pope Francis several months ago. Chief Vatican spokesman Father Federico Lombardi insists the medical exams described in the Italian paper never took place. He said no doctor came to the Vatican unless he was a ghost, because no one saw him. Vatican officials pointed to the Pope's recent trip to Cuba and the U.S. as evidence of the 78-year-old's vitality. They say Pope Francis is in optimal health and only has a small problem with his legs. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News.
The newspaper's editor says the publication deliberated a long time before printing the news, which it says it had confirmed months ago. UK is planning special activities ahead of the Tennessee game on Halloween. Families can enjoy trick-or-treating and other Halloween activities at Wildcat Park starting at 3:30. There will be another pregame concert featuring G-Funk All-Stars at 4:50. They will also have a video board set up so you can watch the Breeders' Cup. Everything going on that weekend. SEC Network's pregame show, SEC Nation, will be live there at 10 a.m. The game kicks off at 7:30.